A great circle is a circle that goes around a sphere, right? Right, like biggest circle you could make, so right through the center like that. Basically, think of it as the equator is the best way to think of a great circle. It's going to go right around the middle of that sphere. It's the equator. And so in this problem, what they've told us to do, or what they've asked us is, well, they've told us, first of all, that the circumference of the great circle is 10 pi inches. So if I were to measure around that great circle, it would take 10 pi inches to get all the way around. They then asked me to find the radius of the sphere. So they're jumping from the circle to the sphere. But take a look at your diagram again. If I were to find the radius of that circle, that would be the exact same thing as the radius of the sphere. So the first part of this problem is really an old problem. It's back from our area unit, our area and circumference unit. So I just want to find the radius of a circle knowing its circumference. So I want to work backwards from this formula. Circumference, recall, is equal to 2 times pi times the radius. So to begin this problem, they've given me the circumference. I'm going to do 10 pi. And notice that, I think we mentioned this a minute ago, since that's an exact circumference with a pi symbol in it, I can include a pi symbol on the other side of my equation. If they did not give me a pi symbol, if their answer was approximate, I would not want to include the pi symbol right there. I would just use 3.14 instead. But it's nice when they do that and give you the exact value, because what I can do is just cross out the pi from both sides. And so what's left is 10 is equal to 2 times the radius. Dividing both sides by 2 gets me a radius of 5. And I want to include good units in this since circumference was measured in inches. The radius is also measured in inches. So the radius of the circle is 5. Well, that's also the radius of the sphere. They share the same radius. So I know two things now. I know the radius of the circle is 5. I know the radius of the sphere is also 5. So going back to the problem, they did ask me a second question. They asked me to find the surface area of the sphere. Well, once I know the radius, it's not hard to find the surface area. We've been doing this. The surface area of a sphere is 4 times pi times the radius squared. Okay, since they gave me an exact value for the circumference, I'm going to go ahead and find an exact surface area as well. To do that, just do all your multiplication, do all your work around the pi symbol, and just slap a pi on your answer. So 5 squared is 25, times 4 gets me 100. So my exact surface area of the sphere is 100 pi inches squared. That's my exact value. If I want to go ahead and get the approximate one as well, I'd have to replace pi with 3.14, or whatever you want to use for pi, use 3.14. So multiplying 100 times 3.14 gets me an approximate surface area of 314 inches squared.